Sav Draws, and today we're going to be doing a OC review. Anyway, so today we're going to be reviewing Caffeine by Caffeine Griffin. I'm going to let my friend Gary take it away, and he's going to read you the bio, and then we're going to go over the looks for the character. Alright, take it away, Gary.
Thank you for having me, Sav. Age 12. Height 5 feet 1. Sexuality bi. Species roller bird. Palace cat griffin. Likes traveling, sweets and sour candy, and drawing. Dislikes homework, misquotes, falling and getting hurt, and people who do dumb things. Disorder bipolar, and ADHD. Backstory. She was born into a large family and so she was afraid of being alone for a while. Monophobia. And she also has separation anxiety when she is away from family. Her bipolar made life a little difficult because of going through different emotions, mostly depression. She always wanted to be happy like many other children in her school. Also because of her bipolar she doesn't need lots of sleep sometimes. She also sometimes won't get enough sleep. She is easily distracted in class because of annoying classmates and has a tendency to stare at other people. Because she can't focus she has bad grades, and that is also because she doesn't like homework. She also has a bad eating habit. She would lose track of what she's eating, will either eat too little or too much. She started drawing at 8 and drew in scribbles how it feels to be bipolar. She started improving, and also when she felt depressed she would doodle and she would feel a tad better.
Thank you, Gary, so much for your reading of this bio. Let's get right into the critiquing and reviewing of this OC, since it is an OC review. First, we're going to start off by the looks, and then we're going to go down to the bio and talk about that and how they correlate with one another. First, we're going to go into the looks of the character. The first thing that comes to mind when I see this character is the aesthetic of this character. It looks very nice. I believe that it has a lot of thought put into it, design-wise, but compared to the bio, the design looks like it has a lot more thought than the bio itself. The first thing that I really want to tell the artist, if they are watching, which they are because it is submitted, is that the scarf is way too long. If they were to have this scarf with the wings, for example, the wings would get caught up in the long scarf. Maybe that's just me, but I can't really imagine flapping my back flaps with a long ass scarf that goes down to my feet. I honestly think that my back flaps or my wings would get caught in this long ass scarf. The mobility would be limited. Again, you could argue and say that the scarf is supposed to be like that in that it goes between the back shoulder blades. To me, that's just an accident waiting to happen. Another thing that I see with this character is that there's a bell on the tail of the human side, but there's no bell on the griffin side. It's a roller Palace cat griffin. I don't know if they made that up or if that's an actual thing. Let me look it up real quickly. So it does seem like they took the palace cat, which is a cat in the real world, and made them a griffin, and it also is a mix of a roller bird. I honestly have never seen anything like it. It does just look like a griffin to me, but that might just be the art style. I do believe that the concept of the griffin itself, like the mix of all those things, would work very well, and I do believe that the aesthetic of the character works very well. The wings do not clash with the hair and vice versa. I do believe that the pink and purple does work well with the gray and orange. Because pink and orange are closely related, and pink is also related to purple in a way, I believe that the color palette of this character is very calm because it does use cool colors such as the blue and the purple and the brown, as well as the gray and toned down pink. The design of the character, I believe, is well thought out visually. The bio is lacking though. Here are some things that I would do to fix it. I believe that her bio is very self-inserted, and I don't know anything about this person or this artist in particular, if they have ADHD or not. They probably don't even have ADHD, or they do. It doesn't matter, but it seems like this character is a rendition of someone that they know or themselves. For their backstory, it has no correlation with how the character looks. It really just talks about if she was a normal human being, and it doesn't really talk about if she is a griffin. Like, it talks about her classmates and like her bipolar and her ADHD, but it doesn't talk about at all the fact that she is a rollerbird palace cat griffin, and at all in her bio. And you would think that that has a lot to do with the character if the main design is gonna be that. It doesn't talk about any other worldly beings. It doesn't talk about the world that she's in. It doesn't talk about if she's in like a fantasy world that has like 50 million different types of animals like that, or if that's like a one of a kind of thing. It mainly only talks about her school related things, and that's kind of what gets me to think that it is a self-insert, mainly because it talks about something from her point of view with bipolar and ADHD. Also, the thing about the storytelling of this character has nothing to do with the looks of the character. For example, unless she has a relationship with someone, the sexuality doesn't need to be stated. Unless bipolar and ADHD, like in this backstory, has something to do with her future or her storyline, I don't see the point in listing it. And the list things like the age, height, sexuality, species, likes, dislikes, that's all fine and dandy, but I believe that if you really want to make this a fleshed out character, and if you really want to go all at it, I believe that you get rid of the list entirely and describe the character paragraph style. And I know that sucks for a lot of people who want to just make a character and like how it looks. That's totally fine if you just want to make a character for the aesthetic looks, but if you want to make a character with a backstory and the reason why they look a certain way and all that stuff, I believe that a good biography for this character, or backstory even, has to do with who they are and why they look the way they do. Again, because none of it is stated in the bio. It, like Gary said, it just talks about what is stated there. Yeah, that makes sense if she is human, but she's not human. It doesn't have any interactions. It doesn't talk about family. It doesn't talk about friends even. It mainly just focuses on her bipolar and ADHD, which is fine if that's just a certain part of the backstory. It shouldn't be the whole backstory. It should be a part of the character. It should be development of the character. It should not be the defining features of that character. For example, if someone is trans or someone has a trans character, that should not mean that that entire character, the only designated part of that character is the fact that they are trans, or the fact that they are gay, or the fact that they're straight, or whatever the fuck. Like, if you look at straight characters, it's a lot different. If you look at straight characters, it's a lot different than if you look at a gay character. For example, if you look at a straight character, you look at the personality traits, you look at blah 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 blah, and that's usually common in Hollywood and character development and stuff like that. But if you just label something as gay, that's literally just all its features is just, oh, he's the gay character. Does that make sense? You shouldn't define a character by their disorder or their sexuality or their gender identity. I believe that if you really want to make a fleshed out character, that's just a minor part of the character's features. You really want to look at the personality and the reasons why the character acts the way they do. Mainly because our past defines who we are. Our past builds us, and our past makes us who we are today. And I believe that if you have a backstory, then that should be a major important role in the character. We wouldn't have ourselves, we wouldn't be who we are without having our past and our backstories. Anyway, that's gonna be a long rant for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please go support this artist. They are really cool and they deserve the love and the attention that they get from this video. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to submit your OC, I do have a link in the description that leads to the journal. Please read the journal before you post a link to your OC, because there is some requirements. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the first episode of OC Review Saturday. I hope you guys like it, and please feel free to give constructive criticism or anything of that matter in the comments down below, or just feel free to tell me what you like about the video, or tell me weird ass shit. I don't care. I love reading the comments. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.